Hello, welcome to another edition of Crop Life Retail Week. I'm Eric Sfiligoj, editor, Crop Life and Crop Life Iron. Here again with my partner in crime, Lara Sowinski. Laura, how you doing today?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Doing good. Actually, it's one of those July days in Ohio where it's like only 70 degrees, low humidity, got the windows open.
Wow.
I know my dog Lucky is enjoying looking outside and barking at every other dog slash person that goes by the front door. So if when we're in the middle of recording, you hear woofing, you know the mail's arrived. So
Okay, I'll keep my ears open.
yeah. So hey, I know I've teased you in the past couple of videos about the fact that you actually have not so good news, shall we say, to share with our viewers. But I guess I get to be the Debbie Downer this week because I have two items to talk about, and yeah, they would not be classified as good news. So
Oh,
I'll dive right in. First off, of course, Laura, we're coming up on about 9 or 10 months since the Farm Bill, the old one, expired, and I know they just keep extending it. And I know folks were hopeful a couple months back that there would be some progress on a new farm bill here in 2024. I know the ag committees in Congress were putting together proposals and putting those forth, and folks were fingers crossed that some vote would take place on a new farm bill, but it's looking less likely that's going to happen, unfortunately. I know folks who've been following this on Capitol Hill say that, it's an election year and there are other priorities eating up everybody's time on Capitol Hill, so that the prospects for a new farm bill in 2024 are looking pretty bleak. Most folks who follow this seem to think it'll be spring 2025 before we actually see a new farm bill. So I
yeah.
guess, Laura, we're going to be living under the terms of the old farm bill for another maybe 6 or 7 months, if my math is right.
Well, yeah. I don't know enough about the history of the Farm Bill. I wonder if this is one of the times, as far as a delay in passing a new Farm Bill. I wonder if this is one of the longest times that it's been extended and potentially re-extended and so forth.
Yeah, having covered this marketplace for, almost 25 years, I can say, we normally get, maybe a year's uh, pause between old farm bill and new farm bill being
Mhm.
passed, but when this one all is said and done, this one's going to be closer to like 16 to 18 months, which
Mm.
in my book, if it's not a record, it's close. I mean, a lot of years these things are slam dunks and they get passed really quickly. So this
Mhm.
one though is taking an inordinate amount of time and looks like it'll be a little bit longer before we see a new one. So
Yeah, seems like it.
yeah. So other bit of news to share that I guess would be on the downer side. I know a couple of videos back we talked about our friend Bob Trigell, who was one of the executives at our friends at AMVAC,
Mhm.
retiring from the company. And actually, we found out that he was followed out the door, metaphorically speaking. The current CEO at AMVAC, Eric Wintermute, a good friend of us here at Crop Life, his term as CEO expired or ended on July 12th. So now he has stepped aside from that role. He'll continue to serve on the as chairman of the board for AMVAC, but in the meantime, AMVAC announced that they're going to have four of their current executives kind of co-running the show in tandem with one another. And that actually Timothy Donnelly, who is the current CIO, will be serving as the interim CEO until a more permanent replacement is named. So, again, our thanks to Eric over the years. He's been a big proponent of crop life, and I know I've talked to him at several trade shows, and glad to see he's staying on as the chairman, but probably means I won't run into him at events anymore because that tends to be something the active executives at the crop protection companies tend to be at and not the chairman of the board. So,
Yeah, for sure. Our best to Eric.
yes. So, hey, so I've brought down the mood in the room for this week's video. Hoping you can pick us back up, Miss Laura, so I'll kick it to you.
Okay, so for my news, Eric, I'm going to put the good news last and just give a quick update on the International Longshoremen's Association. This is the longshoremen's group that runs East Coast and Gulf Coast. So in recent weeks, things have been looking a little more strained. The latest update from the Wall Street Journal is even a little more dire in that the head of the ILA, Harold Daggett, warned that a strike is becoming more likely. Daggett says the union won't extend the current labor agreement, and that one is due to expire September 30th. And dock workers won't work without a contract. Automation is at the heart of the current impasse. The union is also looking for a hefty wage increase, one that would exceed the 32% raise over 6 years that the West Coast dock workers won last year. So yeah, not looking great on that front. However, next news item, our friends over at Supply Chain Dive reported this week that a new ocean container terminal will be built at the ports of Indiana. And this is the ports of Indiana, Burns Harbor. And it's currently handles bulk and break bulk. So they'll build a new container terminal there. Ag products, including high protein soybeans, specialty corn, are amongst the products that will be handled there. So
Hmm.
excited about that. Construction is going to start in 25. Operations will begin as early as 2026. So I guess right now, Eric, in your backyard, Port of Cleveland on Lake Erie has an ocean container terminal. And the second one is in Duluth Seaway Port Authority on Lake Superior. So those two are the existing ones. So this will add new capacity for ocean containers for the Great Lakes. So good news there.
Yeah, well, good. We're glad we're ending on a positive note. And I guess I do want to I just ask you a quick question on, the longshoreman issue. You mentioned automation. I'm assuming that that is folks, the union's worried that automated systems are going to replace workers at
That's
the
it.
docks, and that's kind of what they're trying to, hedge against.
Yep. And that whole topic, whether it's the ILW on US West Coast or even the ILA, East Coast, Gulf Coast, that's been a long-standing issue. Every, 6 years, whenever the contracts come up, this issue is front and center. I mean, it's all about preserving jobs for the longshoremen and um, on the contrary, waterfront employers, want to remain competitive and get the throughput. So yeah,
Yeah,
big.
I was going to say, I know, the Hollywood strike, the writers' strike, not
Mm,
too long ago. I know one of the things they were, the reason they were striking because they wanted assurances that AI generated stories and scripts were not going to replace actual human writers.
yeah.
And I guess that was one of the points of contention of those negotiations, which, if I remember right, dragged out for several months. So yeah, we'll see
Mhm.
this a lot going forward, I'm sure.
Yeah. And so before we close out, we are, days away at this point from Tech Hub Live and our Women in Ag Tech event. And I just wanted to do a quick plug because the workshops are new for us this year. We've added 2 workshops on the program at Tech Hub Live. This will be Wednesday afternoon. These workshops are from 2 to 4:30. Eric, you'll be handling the drones workshop, and that will be outdoors. And I'll be inside with the biological products for row crops. That's the title of our second one. These are great, nice little add-on to your program if you're going to be in Des Moines. We'd like to see you there. So techhublive.com, when you see the conference tab on the nav bar, just drop down to schedules and speakers and scroll down. You'll see information on the drones and the biological products for row crops. So super excited about that. Actually, let me just tell you really quickly too. For our bio workshop, we have Dr. Andrea Arias. She is from Your Bioscience, and Jacob Parnell, head agronomist for Biomakers. And our friend Jeff Wessels will be the moderator. So yeah, super, super great. Can't wait
Yeah,
to
and
see.
I know, you talked about the workshops. I know I just wrote, folks, if they read our newsletter that comes out during the week on Thursdays, send maybe again on companion with the send here on Saturday when we send out the video. I wrote about, a couple of trends in the drones marketplace, and then I actually had a note at the bottom that, hey, if you're going to be in Des Moines and you're interested in drones, we got a drones workshop, and please stop by. So if
Oh,
you check out that story, you can find a link to the link Laura's talking about as well. And hopefully we'll see you in Des Moines in a couple of weeks.
great. In fact, I think the next time you and I talk, we will be together in Des Moines, right? Or no?
Actually, no, I
No,
think we
next year.
have
I'm
we have
sorry.
one more, yeah, one more video between
Jumping
now
the
and
gun.
then. Don't rush it. It'll be here very quickly, I'm
It
sure.
feels like it's, tomorrow, so.
Yes, yes. All right, well then let's end on another high note, hopefully. Time for your favorite segment of the show. Time for Fun with Numbers.
Great. Is anyone keeping track of my winning streak? I think we're.
I have not, but I'm sure some of our viewers probably I mean, there's probably somebody out there has a big whiteboard where they make check marks that you get right versus wrong, and maybe they could drop us a line and let us know. Either other than that, I'll have a videographer go through old videos and tell me ups and down based on which answer he got to highlight and ding versus buzz. So
Yeah,
anyhow, Laura, I guess this will be an interesting number this week.
okay.
Your
All right.
number is 0. Goose egg.
Rather. All right.
Okay, nada. Any way you want to put that, a 0, okay? So,
Okay.
Miss Laura, is 0, is that A, the amount of price movement for corn in the latest USDA crop report? Is it B, the number of booths left unsold at the Tech Hub Live event? Is it C, the current change in Iowa farmland values in the latest farmland values report? Or is it D, the number of dates I've been on since the start of 2024? And please don't pick that answer, but you would be correct.
Uh,
So
uh,
I have been way too
I
busy to
know.
think about dating this year.
Well, this may be one of your tricky ones, but I know for certain that B, Tech Hub Live, all 73 exhibitor booths, we are sold out there, and I believe we are sold out of Tech Talks as well, which is 23 Tech Talks.
You are 100% correct using a number
Yay.
you dropped a few videos ago. Yes, 0 booths left to be sold at this year's Tech Hub Live event, which
Awesome.
again we are 2 weeks away from. So I thought it was nice to talk about that because it gives us a great way to talk about Tech Hub Live leading up to the event in 2 weeks. And again, if you haven't committed to come and you've got some time on your hands, please join us in Des Moines. I know between fireside chats and tech talks and the awards program we have on board for the awards of excellence for folks in the ag tech field. It'll be a great event. So, and of course, and women in ag tech, can't forget about the ladies.
Yep. Chock full. 3 days there. Yay.
Yay. All right. Well, looking forward to it. So yes, we have one more video in the interim, but then we will be doing a video in 2 weeks from the Tech Hub Live event space, hotel, show floor, wherever we can find a quiet little spot where we can tape a video. We will do something live there to talk about the highlights and again, checking out online, the Crop Life website and the pages of the upcoming publications in September's edition. Will have lots of highlights of what went on there if you cannot make it. So
Yep. Awesome.
on behalf of myself and everyone at Crop Life Media Group, thanks for joining us this week for Crop Life Retail Week. We'll see you again soon.
If you have questions or comments about today's episode of Retail Week, contact us by email or Twitter, or type your message in the comment section below. Your feedback is important to us. We will try our best to address your thoughts in next week's episode, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.